Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Glacier 3-light pendant. This is a beautiful fixture that uses this incredible glass, which I'll get into detail-wise in just a little bit. Let's talk about this light. So this is the 139208, and a lot of details to talk about. Why don't we talk about the size of the fixture first, and that's going to be from where the chain starts to the very bottom. The height is 32.9. The width on it, which is really the depth, is 22.2, and then left to right, you're coming in at 44.2. When you'll notice a lot of Hubbardton Forge fixtures are in that 42, 44 inch range left to right. That's about correct to go over a dining table that's, let's say 68, 72, all the way to 84. There's a larger version of this if you have a super big table, and that is the 139209, so check that out too if you get a chance. Let's get into more detail on it. This is going to be shipping with canopy kit for the ceiling. This is a 5-inch canopy. It goes over your 4-inch junction box, just like that. This is what you guys have in your ceiling. This doesn't weigh much. It's only 18.2 pounds, all in, including your glass. It's going to be shipping with 15 feet of wire, 36 inches of chain. Okay. If you need more chain, sometimes you guys want to do a swag. Maybe the electrical box isn't in the right place, or you got to come down pretty far in your ceiling. We sell additional chain. It's very inexpensive. It's 36-inch pieces. Just drop a quick email or call us, and I can walk you through that. 45-degree slope ceiling, adaptable because it's chain. Gravity is just going to make it do what it needs to do. Okay, moving on from there, why don't we talk about glass on this. So the glass on this, if you've seen this glass on other Hubbardton Forge fixtures, is really spectacular. So this glass is hand-blown crystal, very, very thick. You can kind of really get an idea of what, if you get a chance to go to a showroom, try to pick one of these up. It's pretty incredible how heavy they are. So it's actually blown into a mold, gives you this kind of faceted idea. Then after that, this is going to be dipped in molten glass, and it's either going to be matte black, the one you see here. The other option is going to be matte white. Those are both opaque glasses, so you're not going to be able to see the socket setup hiding inside of this. And then what they do afterwards is they take it to a grinding wheel, and they basically grind these facets, and then a buffing wheel after that, and they buff it to make it incredibly shiny, and they reveal kind of like a gemstone underneath. It's really pretty spectacular. Okay, on top of it's going to be an embedded retaining ring. This is what goes over your socket. Okay, goes on there. And that's it for that. So like I said before, it's going to come in black, matte black, or matte white. Both of them are pretty spectacular. We'll put it right there so you can get a little chance to see it, and we'll talk about more. So we'll talk about what's inside of this. It's going to be using 3 of these G9 sockets. G9 sockets take G9 bulbs. And if you want to stay old school halogen, you can, because they dim beautifully and they give a great light. This is a halogen bulb with the little prongs on the bottom, if you can just barely see that. But a lot of you guys are going to want to do LEDs as well, and there's tons of them that you can do. They come in different types. This is a phosphorus LED. They have the long strips on them. This is a cob, like a corn cob. The one thing you'd probably want to make sure is you don't get it overly long, that it's going to protrude kind of into the view of the clear part of this. But you know, most of these are going to be pretty good and pretty fine. This is a 75 watt equivalent LED. If you want to stay, like I said, with the G9 halogens, it's going to be a 40 watt max in each of these sockets, and you've got 3 of them, which provides quite a bit of light at the end of the day. It's also dimmable, don't forget. So heading back to LED land, why don't we talk about the types of LEDs again? Like I said, this is a cob 75 watt equivalent. Shorter ones are going to be more of a 60 watt. There's also 40 watt equivalents. This is a 40 watt equivalent phosphorus one. You can see the kind of orange line that's going through there. These are dimmable too. I got these on Amazon. That's where we generally get our bulbs on for our showroom. And I kind of recommend it. I can't find any place better than that. It's very easy. You just put in G9 LED or G9 halogen light bulb, and boom, there you go. You have a lot to play with as far as what you see. When we talk about LEDs, we talk about the color of the light coming out of them. You're going to notice that the search that you do online is going to offer up 2700 Kelvin. That's going to be the color of a setting sun. Very, very yellow light. Way on the other side of that, they're going to talk about what's called daylight. And daylight sounds like it's a warm light. It's not a warm light. That's that cold, overcast day in November in Vermont, which is, we all know what that's like. It's also kind of that hospital waiting room light. That's going to be that kind of bluish white light. That's 4,000, 5,000 on the Kelvin scale. They're also going to offer you what's called warm white, and warm white is 3,000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale. That's the nice light that's coming down on my hands right now from these 3,000 Kelvin warm white LEDs just above me right here. So that's what we like to use in here. And the other thing is really zero in to make sure it's dimmable, because a lot of times they may not even say it on that ad, but you have to really make sure that it is for you. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque, and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email and I'll walk you through the whole thing, okay? So if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.